Shalom Habarim. Yes, I've got some very good news to share with all of you. And, these things that we're talking about here are actually the most important subjects having to do with the way that God within us, right? That what is the ultimate, and even the Creator in within us and by us and through us, and basically, like our boss had said, I and my Father are one, right? God within and the ultimate source, of all life, and even what leads to how our life is right now and how it really is, and seeing clearly how it is through and by having wisdom like a real magi, right? A real seer. Okay, I know exactly as much as possible of what is going on right now, even within, these moments right now, and that is because of the cycles of life and how the universe has been ordered right by the Creator, right? So we have that knowledge, we actually comprehend, let's say, to the highest possible degree. And remember, this too is ongoingly increasing, right? To the highest possible degree, we comprehend pretty much everything there is to comprehend if we take a good look at the right time, right? At, ourself, our life, the things that are going on, and we think, this is good, this has to be improved. Okay, look, if you listen and you pay attention, it's as if God is communicating to you within you, showing you and telling you, hey, look, here's how to fix that. Write this down on a piece of paper, right? Put it down on paper and work with that, and you're going to win, right? So it's like what goes on is that as we go through life, right, the Creator, or let's say from a, how should we express this in a most comprehensible way? That what would be called the holy breath, or that wherefrom true divine inspiration arrives within us, in our hearts and mind, where we know things to be true, and we just know. There's a higher source with a higher wisdom showing us and guiding and instructing and in teaching and leading and comforting us too. We have to listen to that because what happens is as we go through life, there obviously, it's like a work in progress. There are things, and everything can be good. It can be made good. Every human life, actually, everything. The potential is there, yet it hinges upon, and it's all based on the right divine guidance right now, right? The Creator is communicating to you, is instructing you, is saying, look, here's what to say. Here's how to manage that. Here's what you do. And if you do this, it's going to work. Why? And the same way, because of everything being destined, divinely, perfectly predestined to be a certain way at a certain time, and you work with what there is at the right time, and it works. Okay, it's like, making hay while the sun shines. Makes sense, right? Okay, same thing goes on in life. There are things, there are projects, right? Whether it's your employment, your career, right? Financial income, legitimate generation, method, whatever. There's ways to win that, and how to gain and to win and to be victorious, right? Yet it's because of, and it's coming from, and it's based on being receptive right now to the additional divine guidance, instruction, and information and inspiration that is from God within us, where it's like He's showing us and teaching us and telling us, okay, I see what's going on. I see what you're thinking about. And here's how to fix that. Oh, really? And so then we can sail smoothly? Wow. Even that can work? Yes, even that can work. Great. Okay, so that equates that a victory there. So then the financial wealth will maintain its steadiness and increase. That's good. And then everything, so it's like everything actually works in life if we listen to the life giver communicating to us at certain times, specifically in certain times. And he's giving, it's like he's looking at it from on high and saying to us, hey, look here, I see what's going on. I see. I know how to do this. Here's how to make this work, right? Like, we're talking about divine instruction here. A very important subject. Because if you pay attention and are receptive, intelligently receptive and actually obedient too, that's another thing, then you're just simply blessed. So that's how it works, right? Pay attention, right? Look, if you're trying to fix something in your life, okay, dear viewers, guests, friends, family, visitors, everyone, listen. I have experienced this, and this has worked really good, is that you may be working on things. It could be things, basically goals, right? Accomplishing things having to do with, generally with legitimate objectives like legitimate financial income, things to do with work, things to do with your, basic good things of life, food, clothes, shelter, amenities, whatever good things there are that, and they will come to us at the right time in the right measure and the right amount, right? Just the basic sort of workings in life, it can all work, and it can work and work better and always get better and better. Yet for it to be like that, we have to listen to and be receptive at times when, like, you're thinking about something, okay, you stop thinking about it, and then all of a sudden, like after a little while, it's like, that's what I should do. Okay. If I do that, right, I will win with this objective. I will accomplish my objective because that's wise, that's legitimate, that's how it works, that's how to do it. And so then to make it work, right, you got to, hey, write this down, okay? You've got a calendar, right? You take the calendar, open it up and put this on your agenda for, tomorrow, so to say, right? And so then what happens is you're wisely and effectively and even victoriously organized, okay? So like God is with us, okay? He's communicating to us, he's watching over us, and he's telling us and communicating to us how to do it, how to make it win and how to win and win and win and win and win. So I just got this figured out here. See this right here. It's not necessary to show you what I wrote down here, but what I did is I was thinking about things that happened at work, and I was thinking about tomorrow, right? And then I realized, here's what to do to make this work, right? And so I wrote it down now. So now it's like, okay, picture it this way. God, right, who is totally just and legit and merciful and loving, right? He's with us, he's providing for us, and he's making us win every time. Yet, in order for that to really work, you have to be sort of like, almost like a good student who's listening to the master teacher, and he's like saying, okay, in this situation, here's what you do. Write this down, work with this, and it's going to work, and it works, right? It's like you got to be receptive and intelligently listen, and then document the instructions that provide the solution, and then work with them, and you win. So this is interesting because anything in life should be good, and it is very good. It can be made very good and maintained thus. You have to practice what is called self-discipline, and that is like the key. It's basically self-mastery, right? I have to be self-disciplined. I have to force myself to be prudent, to be legit, to be, what do you call it? Divinely self-managed, right? You got to do this. If you do this, it's like you're constantly winning. You're constantly winning. Because look, It's like whatever happens, okay, basically like in plain English terms, right? So that everybody can get this. Like you're going through life, legitimately working, resting on the seventh day, right? And on the high holy days, etc. You're working, right? And there's things going on, Okay. And so now it's like, okay, now you're prepared. Now you've got the tools so that you can win. Okay. A legitimate victory, right, is a permanent thing that we have. A legitimate victory is ours, right? Thank God Almighty. Okay. But see, for it to be that way, like I say, I do emphasize this because it is important. You got to do bookkeeping. You got to have a journal, a notebook, or some kind of way of writing something down and retaining some information, almost like writing down the instructions to build something or to accomplish something, Because listen, I could have a divine inspiration. Look, God could communicate to me today, right now, with the most brilliant information that if I actually went and did this in the future, I would accomplish some massively good things and win and healthier, wealthier, all type of good stuff would come in like high amounts, right, into life. Yeah, if I remember it, right? If I write it down, it's like you got to have a calendar. You got to have a calendar. You have to have some kind of a calendar system in your life. So if you do that, imagine if God is communicating to you and saying to you, look, I see what's happening. I see what's going on. I see what you're seeking to do. And I decided that I'm going to help you because your objectives are legit. So now here is the plan. Write the plan down. It could be one sentence saying, make this and this and this argument, or make this and this, say this, and say this because of this, or say I got to do it, say it like this, and they will accept it, right? It's like God is with us. We're constantly winning. Every situation, everything, we've got it all mastered. Why? Because the Almighty is with us. It's a serious thing. You realize how serious this is? It's a very good thing. Yet, you got to take it serious because, look, if you're going through life, right, you got to be successful. You have to have, standard health, wealth maintained and hopefully increased, right? Those are important things. These are important things. And it can all be that way. It can all be good. In fact, every person watching this, you should comprehend that actually everything that I'm saying is true, and that everything in your life can actually be made into a very good state and maintained thus. It is based on your own wise actions and decisions, and in order to do that, you just have to be a little bit prudent and a little bit of a good bookkeeper, right? Whether you're male or female, it doesn't even matter if you had a pen or a paper or not. What matters is that you remember. Is that you remember things. That you're able to remember. So you got to have a memory mechanism. Like you're walking along and you get an idea, and this idea says, look, here's how to go through with this. Do this, say this and this and that, and it will work. Or you'll win the argument, you'll get through, it'll work out. If you do this, you say this, do this, right? This is the thing. Here's the information to provide, right? Tell them this. If this happens, tell them this, and you're good to go, right? It's like this stuff. So imagine a creator communicates to you and tells you how to win. It's like God is telling you, okay, here's how to win this. Here's the information for you to be victorious. It could be like 3 different ideas, maybe a sentence or two. Write it down somewhere, memorize it somewhere, hold on to it, and then at the right time, apply it and see how it works, and you see that you win. It's like, look, I know how to make every single interaction with any person a good one. I know how to do this. Why? Because of wisdom. That's from divine blessings. Thank God Almighty, right? So I know how to make any interaction a good one, actually. Imagine that. But see, it's because I know how life works, and what time it is for what things at what time, and so I can do the right things at the right time and refrain from the wrong things at the wrong time. Essentially, just having, let's say, like good timing too, because life is also timed a certain way. It's called the cycles of life. Okay. Now, a lot of this, even though a lot of this presentation has been my own sort of a personal report and an instructional tutorial sort of a sharing of information. The basic course and information is in a book called Self-Mastery and Fate with the Cycles of Life. Okay, check out the link in the description. Now, listen, you will continuously gain more wisdom, and everything will be revealed to you gradually in due measure from God within.